I can't believe I'm starting 2021 with a big old bump on my nose. New year, new me. Happy 2021. I don't know how to start this. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Bill, and this is Trying to Stand, where I try new things in pop culture because I've been living under a rock. This is gonna be interesting. Everyone's been bringing up Mother for a minute. Happy to oblige. I'm always happy to check out new stuff. I trust you guys. We're getting a lot of suggestions for Mother. What a way to start the new year by doing something that didn't even happen in 2020. We're going back in time to the early 2000s. Remember them? But yeah, I'm going to be listening to the music of Mother for the first time, and I have no context, no idea who you are, which is great. I think that makes these episodes the most fun for me when I have no idea what I'm getting into. But I took the most suggested songs from you guys in the comments. Thank you again for leaving comments for suggestions for future videos, for liking, subbing, and ringing the bell for notifications and YouTube words. Anyway, I took the most suggested songs from you guys in the comments, and I made this list. So if there are songs that I missed or more you want me to check out from Mother, please let me know in the comment section, and like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications, blah, 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 YouTube words. It's weird doing that at the beginning. I want to see what everyone's talking about. I'm lucky enough to discover a lot of new and cool things from you guys in the comments and everything, so I'm excited. Happy 2021. I'm okay. So yeah, we're gonna be starting with Hayloft. It's a fall jam about getting lost in a one of those hay mazes. It's about going to a harvest festival, about pumpkin spice. I'm just nervous because sometimes you guys throw me really sad stuff, and I don't know if this is gonna be a sad time or a feel-good time or a provocative time, I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna start with the music video for Hayloft. I trust you guys. Ooh, I like the visuals and I like how this is sounded already. Why is hitting the snare drum while you're laying down such a mood for me right now? Oh no! Why? No, are they dead? No, I don't like, oh no, why? Oh, this got dark and upsetting and ominous really quick, but I like the way it sounds. Is Dad mad because you had the sex? Oh, outrun the bullet. I mean, I like those harmonies. Hello, be safe, please. Someone stop the shitty dad. I was just starting to get into how grungy rocky that felt, and then I didn't like that. The story. I like the sound. Why did Dad bring a gun to stop the sex? I need to look at the lyrics. Damn it. That was really concerning and really threw me off. I liked the sound. I liked how it kind of had like a grungy rocky kind of time with it. The harmonies were nice. Young lovers, and they are not sleeping. Young lovers in the hayloft. With his gun turned on, Pop went a-creeping out to the barn up to the hayloft. Yeah, my daddy's got a gun. Oh, God. I mean, they kind of set me up for that feeling at the beginning because it had like I said, it kind of had that like grungy kind of dour feeling, and the visual of like laying down and hitting the snare. I thought it was going to be more of a drained energy feeling instead of, I don't know, death, and then I started seeing the visuals like the chalk outlines and stuff. That's upsetting. Young lovers with their legs tied up in knots. Young lovers with their... That's a tongue twister. Young lovers with their legs tied up in love. It was one of those times where like if the lyrics weren't so upsetting, I feel like I really would have started to like rock and kind of groove to it. I liked the sound. Young lovers with their legs tied up in knots and in love. Like, I'm not seeing pronoun usage. Young love, like teenagers, but it also makes me wonder about the paradigm of the two, right? And if it's seated in something gross like homophobia or even like racism or some semblance of like bigotry. I think he shot them, and that's not good. I feel like now's a good time to mention there's resources in the description for education on Black Lives Matter, as well as the Trevor Project and mental health resources should you or someone you know need them. Well, yeah, the fact that it's just young lovers, like, leaving it very ambiguous. Like, it could be about so many different things, and my daddy's got a gun. I don't see it as a child finding them, telling dad, and dad's like, who are these two strangers, get off my property. It feels like my dad, like, you know what I mean? Like, well, Jesus Christ. You guys sounded good. I liked music. Once the lyrics started to kick in and the story started to kind of show, I liked how that guitar line started to feel more like a palpitation than anything, and then like the tempo of everything makes sense. Like it feels frantic, it feels like a visceral response. Damn, that just really threw me off. Rockin' and like really helped me kind of like grind into it a little bit, like mentally, and then everything just kind of froze up for me. I liked the sound of it, but that was a really concerning song. Why did we start on that song? That was my first song of 2021. I think that kind of speaks to the aggression of the topic, whether it is about hate or about gun safety, even at that. I like how it didn't pull any punches or sugarcoat things. As much as me and my sensitiveness, I want, he missed and we talked it out and everything's fine. It's frustrating to make a video on it, but I appreciate being so direct. Like it does give me the feeling of like there's weight to this message for them. I just hope everyone's okay. All right, so gonna be a little more prepared for some sad stuff. Noted. I liked your sound. I'm excited for what's next, but good God, that was a harsh way to start this. It's just one of those times where when the lyrics are so upsetting and the story's so jarring, it pulls me away from enjoying the music, because now I'm like, what are we doing? What's happening? Like, it got scary, and I think that's also very much the point, because like I said, it wasn't a metaphor. It's very deliberate. Good for them. Look at all those chickens. Now this is all gonna be sad stuff. Next is Anna. Anna's okay, and I'm okay. Me and Anna are doing just fine. Anna just paid off her car. I'm so scared now. No, that was a sad soft chord and heavy breathing.
Slit my wrist and watch that blood evaporate.
Oh God.
Anna, hear me, oh Anna.
I mean, your voices are nice, the harmonies are really cool. I like how spooky everything sounds.
I'll fake that today.
Oh shit. Like either about like hurting yourself or somebody else, I don't know. Your voices are really lovely, but like, good God.
You are the angel that I couldn't kill.
Like that sounded really nice, but I'm like really scared. Yeah, holy crap, that's so chaotic, which is well done. I want to hug mother, help. I want to start with the positives. It sounded really lovely. I like your voices a lot. I like your musical choices a lot. I like the breathing at the beginning. It set me up for this is going to be an intense and concerning thing. I like the way that the music kept kind of like hitting on beats, and I couldn't tell if it was someone hurting themselves or pushing somebody away or hurting somebody else, but it had this like dissonance to it. Like it didn't feel like the same thought being carried out. So maybe it is like a dysfunctional relationship. The angel I couldn't kill, like I couldn't successfully push you away, or I couldn't harm you. Like, I don't know, but it gave me this feeling of Anna's going through it. The POV is going through it. And it felt so when two people are going through something very intense and it doesn't quite like connect, and like that dissonance starts to hit, and you could even hear it in the percussions. Like there's a lot of like the cymbals crashing and everything. Like it felt like those energies are running up against each other. And it felt like someone who couldn't communicate what they're feeling, but also couldn't hear the other person. And like I said, that like the angel I couldn't kill, it made me feel like someone you couldn't drive away or someone you couldn't communicate with successfully. I'm gonna play God today. Again, links in the description for mental health resources. The slitting my wrists and watching the blood evaporate really scared me. I'll be God, I'll be God, I'll be God today. Like self-harm, obviously, but like that element that can come into play in that headspace. I'm not a professional. I'll play God today, like whether I'm going to live or die or if something happens to me, like I'm gonna be the one to control it. And that was very poignant, and that really like just stuck out to me, that feeling of like intentional pain or self-inflicted pain. And then being this godly can't be good for Anna's safety. Anna, hear me. That's when I thought maybe it was about hurting yourself and the impact it has on somebody else, and that person who's still going to support you and try to help you and try to be there for you. And almost started to give me that like perplexed idea of like, why haven't I pushed you away yet? Trying to remind yourself that that'll impact the people in your life. I don't know. Again, I'm not a professional. I'm not an expert. I just like to find story and meaning in music and storytelling and animation and stuff. That tactic of considering what your actions upon yourself can do on others. It made me think of that a lot. And it did, like, you could kind of hear it in the music. Like, there were times where it would, like, start to speed up and have that same kind of frantic feeling as my daddy's got a gun. But, like, the oh Anna's would start to kind of smooth out. I used to know the word for it, but, like, the tempo would start to go down. It would kind of, like, legato out. And it almost felt like thinking about somebody else or that impact that you're going to have playing God won't be good for Anna. Worrying about the other person's headspace and mental health while also trying to kind of traverse through yours. I don't know. Maybe I'm projecting a lot of my own stuff in there, but that's kind of what goes through my head. The music started to kind of subdue thinking about Anna, and at the end there, it kind of like go away towards the end. So maybe it was about trying to focus on, like, hang on to a constant, hang on to a reason not to do this. That's another heavy one. And I think I'm too stressed to cry right now. Like, I can feel my whole body, like, seize, and I don't know, it's just scary. But I appreciate, like, touching on heavy things and darker things. It's really sad. It sounded great. I love your guys' the voices that I hear, the guided emotional journey that I feel with both of these songs. Like I said, I could feel when, like, the pulse would, like, start to really spike, and then when it would start to peter out. I liked playing with those levels a lot. That made my tummy hurt. I don't see anything that, like, directly limits the relationship with Anna to just romantic. Like, it could also be a friend or, you know, a family member, or any sort of loved one, just an important person in your life. I liked how that relationship wasn't really defined. Like, it was just somebody that you consider and care for. And that's kind of what I liked about Hayloft. Like, the less specific it gets, the more I feel like applicable everything kind of becomes and feels. And I kind of like operating that vagueness, because it's not like, oh, romance is what stops me from going down this. It's an important person, any kind of relationship. Like, I like how vague it gets, because the point is the emotional headspace and the connection to the person, and, like, not defining it helps it become more applicable, and it makes me feel like it's meant for possibly yourself, but, like, it's applicable for others too. I like how vague that got. Whew. Remove the lyrics to these two songs, and I would like to listen to them a lot, because it's very lovely music, but good God. Ooh. And it's okay. Not every song has to be happy. Like I said, I appreciate touching on serious topics like that. I need to find a lyric page, but then also one that doesn't give someone else's opinions on the lyrics, because I'm like, no, I need to have my own. The whole point is no context. I don't want a little cheat sheet. This isn't a 7th grade book report that I'm gonna get caught for plagiarism on. I did. It's fine. I still graduated. Spoiler alert. I still graduated 7th grade despite plagiarizing my book reports. Ooh, I need a joke right now. Okay, next is Verbatim. Speaking of book reports, this is expected to be memorized by the end of the day. Oh, this is chill so far.
I wear women's underwear.
Okay.
Oh, what defines a straight man straight? Is it?
Ooh, okay.
It's verbatim and it's shaking.
Oh, oh, I like that.
I live by.
Me, hello?
Ayo, ayo.
Oh, that really just kind of sank in for me. I really like that concept. At least I think. My theory is verbatim is sarcastic. Like, masculinity is not verbatim. Like, our concept of, like, gender norms and stereotypes and things, like, and then hitting on the hospital, like, we're all gonna die one day, let us live our lives. Damn. I mean, it's dark, but it's morbid support, and I think I very much align with that a lot. Shush. I don't need an ad about running on a treadmill right now. Thank you. Don't skip ads to support artists, but damn, that one was a little loud and rude. Damn, okay, that one took a second. I was, like, really scared for a minute. It was like, oh, don't be like that. But I liked that concept. Like, it was, like, challenging, like, what is masculine? The concept of, like, focusing, like, well, how I cross my legs, the underwear I wear, who I'm attracted to, like, is it boxers and briefs or a 12-ounce steak? Like, first I thought it was, like, size, but then I thought about, like, you know, ooh, like, I'm a big, strong man, watch me eat the steak. Like, I think it was about taking on, like, gendered norms, but also, like, kind of taking a slight against toxic masculinity, but then hitting on like, I live by a hospital and people are dying and I could have a cardiac event one day, or whatever where was the lyric? Humble my bones with a cardiac, all I need is a heart attack, come on, humble my bones with a cardiac, humble my bones with a cardiac. Yeah, it's like, there's so many other things to be worried about. I kind of liked that feeling of like, let's concern ourselves with things that'll actually hurt or harm us. We're all humans, we're all going to die one day. Let's stop focusing on, oh, well, you're behaving this way, so you must be that way. Oh, you're dressed this way, you must be defined as this category or sexuality, or even hitting on like hatred and things like that. And I really liked the feeling of that. And I liked how even the music kind of felt a little groovy, funky, kind of more fluid, encouraging us to just live our lives. Like, we're all gonna die one day. Like, why are we trying to focus on how somebody's dressed or how somebody walks or talks or sits? And I really liked taking that a little more head on. We're all gonna die one day, be who you are, who gives a shit. Let people just live their lives, let me live my life. I liked that idea of how limited the rigidity of these stereotypes and social parameters can be. Despite how you're dressed, like, that shouldn't be dictating someone's identity, and it's also not a place, or it shouldn't be an avenue for you to be labeling someone or attacking someone or judging someone. And I loved kind of encompassing all of that as it went. Because like I said, it was different things like eating meat, like how you're dressed, your mannerisms. I liked how it kind of hit on a lot of different things, whether you are of the LGBTQIA plus community or not, whatever your gender identity is, any of those things. Like, it doesn't mean you have to behave or do a certain thing. And I liked kind of calling it out and how it's like calling it like verbatim, like how stagnant that could be, how stifling it can be, and how, again, sticking in the middle there, like, we're all gonna die one day. I really liked that. Next is body. I'm actually really interested in this one because if we're going to talk about such important things like mental health and hate and what makes someone masculine or feminine and, those kind of things, body makes me think like, all right, let's talk about it. We've talked about mannerisms, let's talk about the physical world. I've become, over the last 3 songs, really interested in what you have to say on topics like this. So, although it could just be a song about how our bodies work. Ooh, it's getting a little scratchy, stressed and negative. Ooh, yeah, that's tense.
Desecrate my arms and legs.
Oh no.
Throw it all away.
Ooh. So I like the highs, not the sentiment. I like the throw it all away.
Growing tired of this battle.
Oh no. Ooh, but I liked that moment musically. Oh. Damn it rocks, but like, this is such concerning music. The lyrics are so upsetting, but like, then it just starts to rock and slap, and it really doesn't need to right there. Oh, now it's sad. The strings have come back and they're sad. Well, damn, like, first I thought it was like kind of talking on like plastic surgery for a minute, augmentations, and like how it can kind of like keep going, like, oh, my eyes, my face, oh, but my arms and my legs get in the way. And then I thought maybe it actually was about how the body grows and puberty and change. But then the more it started to like keep repeating on like, my body, it's heavy, it's gonna break, like my brain, my heart, and then like every little step and thing about it, my lungs, joints, made me think like, oh, medicine can like help improve our bodies. But then the more it started to get more specific and repeated, and then it just, after all those specificities, went back to body, it made me think of like pain and ailments, but also like body dysmorphia a little bit. And it really like kind of stayed there for me. Like, it was how specific everything was, like, the face, things I wish I could change, to things that I thought were medical ailments, and then it went back and just stated body. This heavy body, I'm tired of my body, fall apart without me, body, like all throughout that end there, hitting on everything as a whole, like made me think dysmorphia, made me think image issues, like how you see yourself or how you feel about yourself, but also tying in that feeling to ailments. I think it was about that progression of things where it's like sometimes like it can start specific and it can kind of fester and overflow, like, oh, I want to fix this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and like kind of start to take over everything for you, but then also stating how it could also start from an ailment, like my joints, my teeth, like things, I think that's the word, ailments, conditions, I don't know. Like sometimes it can start in an irrational place or a rational place, like I want to feel less pain, but also that headspace of like, this isn't beautiful, this isn't perfect, this could be changed. Like it can start from so many different places, and the fact that it like introduced all those different catalysts but then wove them all into body, that's when it made me realize that like it, no matter where it starts, it can change into that world, that road in front of you that can lead to hating your physical being. It was really interesting because it put some things in perspective for me, because it's like I'm not the biggest fan of certain things about myself, but it put a lot of things in perspective for me, while also like how it's cumbersome and heavy. Like it's just heavy, and heavy makes me think more headspace. Like it took until that moment for it to like fully click, because like I said, first I was like, oh, maybe it's about how medicine can help us feel better on the inside as well as medically feel better and like help us get through some stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like first it felt kind of like that for me, but then it like landing in that place of like it being heavy to be in my body. And as heartbreaking as it is, again, I love illustrating that. I think it's important to talk about those things and wanting to breathe more of that conversation to acknowledge what you're feeling and what you're going through and normalizing all of that. And I really appreciate that feeling of it. Like it felt lamenting, but it also felt like testimonial as well as illuminating. Like it's so hard for me to say it because it's like I really enjoyed that. It's like, no, I want things to be better for people, but I admire the sentiment of it and I enjoy the music. I always feel uncomfortable saying like, oh, that was great. And it's like heavy subject matter. But I really enjoy what that song touches on and approaches. Sorry, I'm just looking at it again, and it's like, take my lungs makes me think like respiratory problems, but then take my teeth, take my nose, like it feels like then it starts to all connect, where it's like, oh, respiratory, what's it called? Getting your septum? Huh? Yeah, it's like deviated septum, but then it's like, oh, while we're talking about my nose, and it's like kind of how it melds those thoughts together, where it's somebody who needs it and someone who's scared that they need it. It was very interesting and devastating, and it sounded nice. Like I feel bad that like how lovely and thought out like the musical choices are all taking a back seat because the lyrics are so heavy, but I also think that's kind of the hope in a way, to talk about the conversation from the lyrics when they get to be about such heavy and important things. Don't get me wrong, the music elements are great, but like the scratching of the strings at the beginning, like it was like, oh, lovely strings. Like it started to get unsettling. Like it was like looking, finding something wrong, or being told something's wrong, or feeling like something's wrong, or hurting, or not working right, and then that stress just building and building and building. Like there's beautiful musical choices in here about very important and devastating things, and I want to acknowledge those too, but good God, like the lyrics don't pull punches. I can feel myself in my head that I'm not like losing it emotionally, and I think I'm just stressed and exhausted. So I don't want people to think like it doesn't resonate with me because I'm not weeping. I'm okay. Whew. It's all right. Oh, and that's the name of the next song. Cool. And we're closing out the night with Mother Mother's It's All Right. Please don't be a trick. If this is like a nice positive sentiment and everything on that, would be great. Oh, and it came out right after my birthday! March 5th. My birthday's on the 4th, if anyone's asking. I got to go outside for that birthday in 2019. Anyway, it's alright. Ooh, this is already really comforting and soft.
I'm not okay.
Oh, wow.
It's alright, it's okay.
Ooh.
It's alright. Ooh.
Oh. Oh, I love that it's some people singing it, some people taking in the message like they need it. Oh, I really like that. Ooh,
It's alright.
Ooh. That's really comforting. I like the vocal work too, but that's not new. That's been pretty consistent.
I'm capable, I'm alright, I'm okay.
Yes. Oh, the absent of color. F off. That's beautiful. Like, Ooh. It's definitely the sentiment of the song. And I appreciate it a lot. Sometimes you just kind of need to hear that. You know, kind of happy that it worked out that I heard this at the beginning of 2021. It's okay to feel what you're feeling. It's okay to be overwhelmed or stressed out or have regrets or make mistakes. Like, it's okay. I like the visuals of it. I loved how different people took it in. Different people expressed it. It was different. People of all kinds of ages, walks of life. There's something very comforting and calm about it. The eye contact, which I know I have such an aversion to eye contact. I'm sorry, I'm working on it. There's something about hearing that right now where it's like, you know, it's okay if you're frustrated. It's okay if you're upset. Don't give up. You know, keep moving forward. Like, it was very just comforting and validating. Like, again, I've kind of talked about it earlier, and I think it was kind of lovely that it came back in such a grand way in this song too, where it's like it wasn't very specific. Like, it felt very whatever it is you're feeling or experiencing or going through. Again, I love their musical choices. I loved like how it had this like celebratory like build to it, and it's like letting you just kind of letting it out, expressing yourself. Like, cry if you want to cry, move if you want to move, like take it in, send it out, whatever it is you need to do or what this is making you feel. I loved that giving nature of it. I loved how it also kind of had that like mantra feeling, like I'm all right, I'm okay, I'm all right, I'm okay, like I'm not a monster, I'm a human. Like, it, like repeating it even felt, yes, that's a hook in a song, and I understand structure, but I liked how that also felt like a comforting thing. I liked how, while forwarding that message, not everybody in the video was in the same headspace or lighting, or even, like I was saying, like singing the words. Some people were receiving them. Some people were, you know, just smiling and encouraging. Like, some people were taking it in and reflecting on it, letting you know that other people feel that way. Even if you feel like you're the only one, like, it's okay if you're feeling that way. Like, we're all trying to figure this out. Striving for improvement, striving for understanding. Like, it felt like an encouragement to find and grow more of yourself, cutting yourself some slack and understanding that it's okay to not be okay. Wanting to change and trying to make those small steps to change is still improvement and change. Again, links in the description. Ooh, that was a nice one to end the day on, though. Holy crap. Even I'm like stressed and in my head and overwhelmed right now. And I also just really fell in love with just that serendipity of that song just coming into my life right then and there. Even that felt really nice and warm. Like I was saying in the earlier songs, you could feel how important like these topics and subjects and thoughts are in the music. But they were all like very lovely songs. I loved how interesting they were. I loved how there was times where the musical and like vocal inflections like felt like a burst of like emotion or thought. They all had this feeling of like wanting to understand or be understood or comfort or help or illustrate or illuminate. And I really liked that. Everyone's voices were really lovely. The harmonies were great. I really enjoyed the musical choices. And like I said, it means a lot when this stuff matters to artists. And that's really felt for me. Oh, crap. I really liked that. And I like thinking that feels that way for other people too. You know, that's such a giving thing to have created and put out into the world. I really liked that. I had a good time. Holy crap, we need to label the sad songs a little better, guys. Jesus. Whew. You're not wrong. I like sad and important stuff. I like interesting things. I like being able to sink my teeth into story and lyrics and themes and topics. So thank you guys so much. Again, this is more music I wouldn't have checked out on my own without your guys' suggestions. So please, if there's more Mother songs you want me to check out in the future, other artists you want me to listen to, let me know in the comment section. But thank you guys. I'm really excited for what's to come for the channel in 2021, and you guys help me stay looking forward with as much optimism and hope as I can. So thank you guys, each and every one of you. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Mother, listening to them for the first time with no context. What did you guys think? What did you think of my thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video if you did. Subscribe if you want more. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to wear a mask if you have to go outside. Be mindful of yourself and others. And remember to take care of yourselves, please.